Greetings Sagittarius, a warm welcome to your September reading with me. Hey, thank you for your patience guys, and thank you for joining me. I am sorry to say you are the last of the 12 signs, but that's because last month your views had the least number, and I'm only working in way of who has the most views, who gets the first uploads. But thank you for your patience. So I think patience is always a well rewarded energy to pass out. So as we move into September, it's a pretty powerful month for a lot of different reasons. We have the solstice day, the change of seasons on the planet for the two hemispheres. There's the power day of the 9/9 for September. There's also Saturn going direct. There's a full moon in Pisces, which will bring about quite a lot of open emotions and sort of watery energies. We're also in the cusp of deciding what we do for the next 12 years and where we head. So these are very powerful readings at the moment with a lot of messages for you about taking thoughts forward and people forward and situations, dreams and ideas. So what you do right now is setting the scene for the next 12 years, and that's a long time. So try and work on the things that you really want to have happen, or the places you want to be, or the type of people you want in your life. We'll be using these 4 decks. These 2 are tarot, these 2 are oracle. I have already shuffled them, but I will shuffle them again briefly. Now everyone got a word that I had worked out for before the videos had started, and your word was, yours was healthful eating, meaning to eat healthily because that is beneficial to the body. So I'm not sure how that resonates with you guys, whether some of you want to make eating changes or whether you are already going on a path of healthy eating and that's just a positive reminder of the success that you'll have with that, whether it's something you want to incorporate into the loved ones around you, their diets, or whether it will be a way of helping to resolve or solve any issues for you is a possibility as well. So I'll start the shuffling now, and while we are talking about these times that we're in, we note that we are in very unpredictable times, and there seems to be like a non-completion of events quite often for people. They start something, they go through stuff, and then things get moved on, and this can be at the personal, the global, the community level, and sometimes we're not sure why, so it feels like we're being blindsided by things. I think the main message to take from all these unpredictable energies is that it's part of the journey now. We've moved into new territory and new times, and essentially the most important thing is you don't have to have all the answers or solutions, but more importantly, this is a time to explore, to experiment, and this is what will help you to gain clarity. And these lead you to periods of flexibility that enable you to make your decisions about how it is you want to move forward. So we're not necessarily locked and loaded. There is room for change and, change of direction. But I think for a lot of us, we're feeling that there's kind of this feeling of discontent or disconnect with a lot of things, and this seems to be liberating us into new realities. It's as if we know there's something better out there, but we're just not sure how to find it or how to access it. So part of the thing with these readings that you tune into, they're not necessarily a day by day, hour by hour synopsis. They give you a background vibration that you can call upon to meditate with, to sort of look into how to solve situations or how to move into them and what you can gain from them as well. So in saying that, let's start with this card over here for Sagittarius for September. Beautiful. You got number 8, the power card, which is of course the strength card in the traditional tarot. I love his depiction. It's a little unusual with the half man, half lion, but it shows us the strength, the inner strength that we have that is sometimes hidden from others, especially. You guys, Sagittarians, you are strong anyhow. You've got a really amazing tenacity to keep going and to have inner power, which comes from a spiritual connection that you guys also have. So if this is a good one to start off this entire 12-year reboot, you've got the number 8 up here, which is like the karmic 8, the never-ending cycle of returning power, returning life. So for some of you, there could be karmic cycles that are coming to an end or new ones about to begin. You may repower yourselves up or reboot yourselves up through something, and even that healthy eating might be something that could be beneficial or as a key or an activator for something that you are either going through or thinking about or experiencing. But a really great card to start your reading. Love it. That one not so good. So we come into the heartache and loss. So this is about emotions and quite often about relationships. It's because it's a 3, it's a temporary feeling. It means that we might experience something in terms of a relationship, and sometimes this denotes that someone could be leaving us, and it might be unexpected or not. Sometimes this is after a prolonged period of knowing that a relationship hasn't been balanced, and there could have been a lack of power. You may have been disabled one way or another, and that you had been, half of you was lost or turned off or too afraid to speak up. And that can also be the heartache that can be causing the heartache. So when we are disabled or feel as though we are disabled by another, we quite often lose our inner personal strength. But as that moves on and moves out, we regain our power and our inner strength, and we are able to roar back into situations again. And that is very much the message for this card here. It is a temporary feeling of loss. And it often, if the relationship does move on and pass on out, you tend to find that there is a freeing up, a power regains, and that the loss moves into the background, like this card, and it doesn't seem so significant. And quite often something else or someone else takes its place. So it's a transitory, temporary loss. It's painful at the time, and oftentimes I will put on like a small heart-shaped stone. I've only got a big fluorite one here that I can see at the moment, but I sometimes put a heart-shaped stone on the heart chakra area so that it re-energizes it and alleviates that anyhow. Now, if this is a relationship that you are wanting to keep, there is a possibility that you can do so through way of communication, because this is a swords card. So you can try liaising with the person or the people concerned. You can try litigation or going to counselors or going to like therapists or a person who is a mediator, and seeing if something can be resolved that way. So there is a possibility that resolution can take place, even though it is a card of heartache and loss. So not all is always lost with it. The Queen of Rods could be involved in this somehow, as she may not be either, but this could be someone who is on your mind, who perhaps you are having this interaction with or feeling of discombobulation or loss. Possibly someone is going away, like moving away, and you'd rather they didn't. It could be a family member or a really good friend, and you feel like you're losing them. But the thing is, you don't really, because they're always there anyhow. So if that's the feeling for some of you, because someone else is leaving for a reason, like a career, or they're getting married to someone and they're going to another city, or it's a child who's leaving home and going to another city, this generally bodes really well for that person. And it's not that they're necessarily leaving your life either. This person but can often be slightly older person anyhow. But if this is the one we're talking about, they land on their feet and they utilize all their own inner ability. This is also yourself, remember, because this is the fire sign energy, and this is the fire sign woman who's showing again strength and tenacity and creativity, power and passion. So for some of you, this is a second card representing yourself again, saying you'll come out of it okay, because there's all this power going on in the background. But for some of you, this is possibly the person involved, so another fire sign person that could be leaving for want of a good reason and you're sad, or this could be the person who is also involved in the heartache and loss for a not such good reason. Arguments, disagreements, something going on. Sometimes 3 people are involved in this card too. Let's have a look at this. Indigo. The person you're inquiring about is an indigo, meaning a highly sensitive, natural-born leader. The indigo kind of revolution started, I think, in the 70s and 80s. So there's a lot of indigos now who are older people, but we also refer to indigos even now as especially sensitive people. Even though the new range of children that came through were crystal and rainbow children, I still think there's indigo tendencies in them. And we see a lot of them now who are natural born leaders coming to the fore. So some of you may be dealing with indigo relationships, and this could be at the adult level of indigo relationships, or it could be that some of you have children in this realm. And it could be that you are this way yourself. It just needs, I don't want to say special attention, but it needs attention that is unique to itself. Indigo relationships are slightly different than the traditional relationships. The people are much more sensitive. They are often far more spiritually connective and aware. They are often born leaders, and so therefore they quite often have dynamic ideas. And as we move forward into the 2000s and into the 20s and further in, these type of people will become more and more the leaders, because they have the new ideas that a lot of the old rules and traditions and societies and beliefs were set up on, but they don't function for us anymore. So an indigo in your life may need some extra love and support or understanding or care, or even if this is yourself, this is what you might need to do for yourself at this time. Angel of psychic ability. Your intuitive and psychic abilities are strong at present. Nice message, fairly clear and succinct. An awakening here in the third eye, also through dreams, astral travel, visions that are coming in. Now, I have just done Aries reading, and they had a lot of visions coming in through their reading, and you are as well. So keep your eyes open, pardon the pun, and really take note of energetic things that are happening around you, especially things like beams of light, sunsets and sunrises, rainbows, anything strange that the light does that catches your eye, because this is kind of like it's connecting with you, and it's increasing your awareness, and it's also increasing your vibrational frequency. So a lot of you might get messages, dreams, all sorts of amazing stuff occurring as this month transpires and opens up. Boom, beautiful. Heart chakra energy. So there could be a blockage around the heart for some of you. You might have felt pain or loss, emotional loss in particular. And for others, this is a physical heart condition that you either may have just had an operation and healing is taking place. And the heart, of course, sits in the chest, so sometimes this transmutes through to the lungs or the breasts for women. So yeah, healing is taking place, and a lot of you have been perhaps through a lot, especially if you've had a physical operation and you're in the recuperation stage. And that's where the power is coming in. You're regaining power because you might have been worn out, like physically worn out. And the lion's eye is quite green, so he's sort of giving us that green heart chakra energy coming through. Some of you were physically drained, like really sick. And it could have been like even flu, bronchitis-y type pneumonia even coming in. So the healing is taking place, and that beautiful fluorite there is a very good bone healer, very good for things like the bones and the lungs, the fluorite gemstone. So I'll put that back down there as well. If any of you need to clear the heart chakra energy, you can do meditations on that. Eat green foods, eat healthy foods, listen to meditations. And if this is an emotional disturbance that you've had through the heartache and loss, which was also the heart pain that we saw there, even though it's a wee bit lower down, then again this energy is all connected, and it will all help tie in and bring back your power, of which we've seen that coming through twice anyhow. So that was an interesting one. This one, the Seven of Pentacles, is a good card in as much that it says things are rolling along okay, and your due diligence and your hard work reaps rewards eventually. Some of you may be going, oh, it's just a bit slow, hurry it up. You can't hurry up a 7. You can't hurry up a farmer. You can't tell him to get his crops ready to harvest before they're due. So this card tells you to have patience, which is what we started off the reading with, and that in the end, patience pays off. And it looks as though for some of you, patience may pay off in the realm of a career, or your money, or your finances, or a dividend, or your health. Also being outdoors and in an area like this could be relevant or important to some of you. So mountains, paddocks, outdoor areas, is that relative to some of you for something? Could even be a new business, a new place you're going to live. Yeah, emotional withdrawal. 2 8s, definitely a karmic cycle going on for some of you. A release of something with emotions or heartache and loss. And when we have this emotional withdrawal, we're actually taking time out to rebuild ourselves and to heal and to energize ourselves so that we regain our power, so that this is the one we end up with. So take your time to heal. Look at this, 884. Take your time to heal and nurture your body, definitely. So the healthy eating was important for some of you. It might really benefit you, so don't just cast that idea aside. Take all the time out that you need to repair the damaged cells or the damaged thoughts or the hurt emotions or the loss, the feeling of loss if someone has departed one way or another, and just reconnect and re-empower. Reboot was the term that I used earlier, and I think that's what you guys are doing for this September month, rebooting up and really integrating your whole self so that you are able to move forward as a whole person or a whole entity when the month comes in, because as I said, this is taking us so much more forward into the next 12 years. Nice, Angel of Emergence. It's time for the real you to emerge. And I think that's just reaffirming a lot of the things that I have said over here, and it really is this one here, isn't it? The new you or the real you, the rebooted you. So don't need to say too much more about that card, but if any of you have been afraid of doing that because of being held back by something or someone, or even held back by yourself for lack of self-confidence or lack of doubt, it's the emergence is here. It's time. So don't hold back any longer. Jump into action when you feel ready. I mean, obviously, if you've got some time out that you need to do and some rejuggling around of things, sure, do it. But once you've done that, don't be afraid to show the true you. What else have we got for you guys? Oh, God. Oh, your reading has been amazing with the duplication of messages and things as well. This is the same card again. I wonder too if a Leo person might be involved. Remember we said it could be another fire sign energy person. So there might be a Leo involved in something that's been going on for you guys somewhere along the line, or definitely another fire sign person, possibly even a Sagittarian or Aries. But you are regaining the strength. And I know for a lot of you this is a physical strength after a physical illness, and for others it's an emotional strength. But that is really, really empowering and very beautiful to look at. So when you look at that, you have got double the force of power and strength coming to you. So you need to grasp it and get on board with it and activate it. Don't let this one walk you by or walk past you. You need to be on board to get this going, because this is powerful, pardon the pun, and it's taking you a long way into the future. So really get in there and act on it and choose wisely. Make your decisions wisely. There are choices available for you guys, whether it be relationships or whether it be options in terms of career or directions that you want to go. Like, do I stay living here or do I go there? Do I take this job or that job? Do I stay with this person or do I go with that relationship? You're being asked to think carefully and empower yourself with self-knowledge and awareness to make your selections and decisions. So one more, Page of Swords. These guys are young people or young energies that come to us with excitement and exuberance and get up and go, kind of like the fire sign energy, but they come through the mind because this is the swords. So they come to you through ideas and conceptions, and like you're all fired up and ready to go ahead and do something. So this energy is coming in as you do your recuperation, and because this is an ideas, some of you may get it through a psychic message or awareness or an energy vibration. It could also come to you through an air sign person, through a younger person who puts forward some sort of like moots an idea, and things take off from there and some sort of energy is started. Some of you, this could be a new person coming in, a fair-headed person with blue eyes possibly, and possibly like an air sign person. This could be a new friend or potential lover for some of you. So there we are, Sagittarius, quite a nice reading. It gets very personal in parts, and then we jump back into a bit of, energy and power again. So I'm sure each and every one of you will find a message within that really resonates and one that you want to focus on in particular. But I certainly love the connection of the heart energy healing for you guys, and the regaining of your personal power and integrity, and the emergence of yourself as who you want to be and your destiny and where you want to go, and knowing that your personal strength is going to be really rallying back around, whether it was a physical issue or an emotional one. There's lots here for you to ponder upon, and lots of healing to take place, and new awareness to look into as you move into the future. Green eyes might even play a part, because I'm seeing quite a few green eyes in the picture as well. So someone with green eyes, I'm hoping that didn't mean envy, because sometimes, when we have green eyes can mean envy. So there could be a bit of envy around you as well. Just watch. I don't mean you having envy, but there could be people who are envious of you for some reason. So yeah, choose wisely. Thanks again, everybody. I wish you a wonderful September ahead, and may your choices be wise and powerful, taking you through to the next 12 years. Remember to sub the channel and click that notification button so you receive the messages when they come, and check out your moon and rising signs. Have a wonderfully powerful month ahead. Much love. Namaste.